Hello, I'm NeoGet, and welcome back to Sunburn Islands. Now, I went online as promised and had a look into the possible locations of the last two wolves we are missing, and it turns out that, partially, we're an idiot. We've actually already been to the Black Wool dungeon, and then completely failed to realise that we'd walked out without it. The brown wool, however, is actually hidden somewhere, and I just never saw it. So we're going to head over there first, as it is the easier of the wools. So let's jump in our boat and just head over to one of the first islands. And there's a tiny little hint that tells you the dungeon is around, but never saw it, and so unfortunately we never got the wool. So let's get on the island and hopefully not take too long getting this one. I don't think this one should take long, but the black wool may take a while, because although we've sort of conquered its dungeon, we haven't completely conquered its dungeon, clearly, by the fact that we've not got the last of the wolves. But here, running around, collecting all the dirt that was around here, I never noticed this little thing here. Little piece of glass, which, if you clear up what's around it and dig your way down, you find your way into a dungeon. The Dungeon 13 Lucky Break. So if we head in, we've got lots of supplies to make food from, which is very nice. What's this say? Because sometimes you do catch a little break, and 13 needs some good fortune to happen to it. Well, there we go. Oh, what's that below me? Even more mushrooms and things. Rosian battle gear. It matches your hat. I'm presuming this was added for Rosie. So let's open that. Ooh, very nice. And a rose. Ooh, hello. Nice bit of fire aspect on that. Ooh. And a blaze in a box. Very nice. So, yeah, just going to dig through here. See if this is anything other than a one high mushroom area, but it looks like that's all it is. Just an area that's dark enough to have mushrooms. Oops. That was the wrong block. But light enough that it's not causing any spawns. So let's get in to here, and there you go. One brown wool. So let's go take this back to the monument, and then we will head over to the Black Wool dungeon, and hopefully that won't be too difficult, what's left of it. But knowing that final chamber of the Red Wool dungeon, it's going to be utter hell. So I don't know if any of you've noticed the numbering of the recent dungeons, but that might give a hint as to which dungeon we're going to, or just knowing Vex might give you a hint as to which dungeon we're going to. I don't know if you've ever seen anyone play Sea of Flames 2, but the ending to that one is rather evil. I mean, I know that's a harder map than this one. This one isn't supposed to be anything near that difficult, but it's sort of, given that he's gone back and edited this one because of the new mechanics, it could be something of a similar difficulty, because that previous one didn't have the evil mechanics that we have here. So let's get this on that monument. There we go. And if you look at that, we are so close to finishing this map. So let's just drop off the remainder, and then we will head over and hopefully, as I say, not have too much trouble. I've got quite a full inventory at the moment. Lots of supplies, just in case. What should I do with those? I do not know. Throw them on the floor. It's not like I need them. But I've brought along sort of the necessary items just in case it does get evil. I should have enough wood on me to make a chest if I need to drop the extra potions at any point. But I'm hoping, as I say, that the amount of work that's already been done in this dungeon should mean that at least a large part of it isn't too tough. So we're going to head over now, just got to get along this bridge. Mustn't jump while on this bridge, it breaks you out of sprint. Got to remember that. It's a shame I sort of never completed decorating this bridge. I would have liked to do that, but it was just taking so long to grow the trees to get enough wood to do it that it just really was not worth doing for something that was just a minor thing to do off camera. So, left it as is. Still quite a long bridge, and yeah, I could have done it flat, but that's boring. I quite like this bumpy bridge. But we're almost there. We can see the ice coming in as we're nearing the frozen tropics. So let's keep going. And then, yeah, fingers crossed. So if you haven't guessed already, we're heading back to the Nether. Seems that I went back and watched the video from when I was last there. And I literally just found the diamonds and bedrock and took that and ran. Never actually located a fleecy box, and for some reason never even considered the fact that that really was wrong. So luckily not hard to get into this dungeon anymore because we dug that hole in the wall. So let's just fill up our food and head in, and then yeah, fingers crossed. As I say, a lot of it is already bypassed. It's not tamed. I skipped a lot of the dungeon the first time I went in there. And funnily enough, I have no plans to attempt it this time. So let's head in and see what we can do. So here we go. Dungeon 16, which I also believe is known as the 16th wall. I believe black is number 16. And so, yeah, rather stupid of me. But let's head out. Avoid the lava bridge that we deliberately collapsed last time we were here, and see if we can locate it. Now, I haven't actually watched any of the videos of people completing this wall, so I do not know what you actually are required to do to complete this wall. I just sort of owed you. I do not want one of those. There we go. Yeah, I just sort of saw the video long enough to realise that everyone's approaches to this dungeon had revolved around this dungeon in the Nether. So it had to be something in this way. So this was the entrance that you can take. That then leads you up here. You've got this, which is actually just a balcony, and then leads onto here. Spiders outside, but otherwise nothing. The rather precarious bit of lava that we abandoned. The zombies that we blocked off. And then this area that does have two paths off it. I don't remember what was down this first path. So let's open this up. Oops, that's a waste of sword durability. And see what's down here. Because we really are sort of stuck for ideas here as to where the wool is. So my best bet is this direction. I'm just going to block that a second while I come in. Doesn't look like there's anything else down here. So let's break this a second, as this is a staircase. There's some sort of glass object there. So I am going to... Oops. Let's put it one higher and it should just fall through. There we go. Block off this glass object. At least this way. Make it a little bit higher there so we can actually drop down and see what we can do. So I didn't appreciate that this would be a thing that we actually can drop down onto. Let's just deal with you a second. Oops. We've opened up something of a pathway here. A lot of zombies, but that's fine. They're not exactly problematic. They just need to be dealt with. So let's do that. Kill this one off. and then worry about lowering ourselves into this room. So let's do that carefully. Oh, there's a spawner down there, so we might want to get some light down. There is a minimum lighting in the nether, but that's not that useful, so I think we next have to make our way down. There you are. Knew there was another one of you somewhere. We next, I think, have to make our way down that way, so let's clear out a bit more of this. Break the spawners because we do not need them. There we go. Okay, strange. Ability to see a pathway. No ability to cross through said pathway. So let's break a hole and send down more sand. I do actually have a couple of ladders on me in case they become necessary, but I'm sort of hoping that they don't. There we go. Let's make this that little bit safer before we continue. And as we know, hostile mobs such as the zombies won't be spawning in here other than where there are spawners, because that just cannot happen. Ooh. I think that we can get rid of both of these. Looks like another pathway down, so let's create another tower. Must remember not to use up these materials on the way back again, because we do need the option to get out of here. And just add random light around to reduce any chance of spawns in case of hidden spawners, because those unfortunately spawn in mid-air. But we're almost there. All this definitely seems to be the right path to get somewhere. Okay, he's prevented the sand option here. So let's swap the sand out for sandstone and lower ourselves down in a spiral, as he's placed torches at the bottom, meaning that a player cannot actually make it down that way. And looks like we're not going to make it down with this staircase, so let's edit the staircase a second, just so that it's easy enough to get out again once... Oops, not what I wanted. Don't mind losing the odd torch. There we go. So we're just going to correct this quickly and hopefully not take up too much time. I am very aware of the clock next to me telling me how far through the episode I am, so hoping to not require too much time. There we go. Now we have a proper little staircase for getting down to visual range of this. Let's just block that, block the ability to be sent backwards. There we go, big open space. Oops, I wanted to land on top of that. 1 second. There we go. Nothing after us out here. Plenty of skeletons over there, but nothing actually trying to attack us. So let's just jump in a second, get some torches down, not care about them all. Oh goodness, I'm withered. Did not realise there was wither skeletons. I am in trouble. Did that heal me? Yes. Did not realise the wither skeletons. This could be a slight issue. Oh, that skeleton's now doing that bug. Okay, health is actually not so bad. Let's just regen that a second. Yep, did not appreciate that there would be wither skeletons hiding in there. Probably should have expected them, given that there have been wither skeletons in this dungeon in the past. Free coal if anyone needs it. And other interesting items. You going to stop that? Thank you. Yep, come on. Come nearer. I can hear a ghast somewhere. I'm hoping that is just outside and not in here. Okay. More wither skeletons. Hopefully, though, we can just deal with those. There we go. Can probably actually summon a wither if we're not careful. So, looks like there's a pit around that spawn point to stop you from sort of cheating your way into it. So, I think keeping something of a height above here is quite sensible. Oops. Because we do not want to really be at the mercy of those wither skeletons by being on the floor. So let's just kill some of the useless lighting. Interesting how many of them are on fire. A couple of the enemies are holding fire, which is quite interesting. I wonder if I can get my hands on that. But we should be able to block at least the skeletons from spawning. Oh, that's one that's up. So let's deal with him. There we go. We've got quite a good bit of projectile protection on this armour. So nothing too dangerous about that. But a lot of required blocks to get round. Now just hoping that there aren't any creeper spawners around, because I've decided to use sandstone for all of this. Not the most sensible of ideas, but there we go. I'm just going to ignore all the monsters in that pit. The more of them that are in there, the less of them that can spawn, so actually good for me for them to exist. So let's deal with this guy. Spider, useful to know. Seems like there's sort of a bit of everything around here. I'm not sure what creature holds the fire. Judging by the, hello. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to back up slightly. Put a railing here. Yeah, judging by the potato that dropped, I'm going to guess at a, skeleton, no, zombie issue. Let's raise all that by one. That should mean that I am left alone here. Let's just swap out to a new block. Hello, spiders. That's one wave just spawned, so ideally I should run in a second at that point and deal with them. Looks like there's an awful lot of places for spiders, so let's just run forward, block off several of these. Hello. Let's see how many of these we can block, because then they just won't actually be an issue, but will again be taking up the spawn count. Oh, hello. Did not notice those that way. Might want to deal with that, because this room is big enough for them to cause an issue. Hello again. Also might want to keep an eye on my health, given that it's actually getting quite low. So in some ways it's a shame that those didn't set off. That would have been an interesting trap if this room had contained ghasts, but oh well. Now, looking at the clock, it is time to end this episode. I'm going to continue it for about 5 more minutes, just to see if it does, in fact, lead to anything. There we go. Let's do that a second, and just take out what's around here. So this guy actually has a really interesting drop, well not drop, but capability of holding that fire that I actually quite like, and don't really want to just run around causing chaos with. So, actually, can any of you see me? Thank you. Much better. Far fewer mobs. Can I? Anywhere? Nope. Okay. Let's just deal with that a second. We can deal with the spiders. They're not a problem. So, oh hello. Did I not block this off? I really thought I did. There we go. Let's just block it off fully. deal with the creatures in here. Oh, with the skeletons and everything. This is actually going to take a lot longer than 5 minutes. So, actually, I'm going to end the episode here. Very sorry for that. But, you really want me to actually, hopefully, get it done in a reasonable time. And this episode will be ridiculously long if I try and get through there. I think that's a lot of spawners that I've got to get past. Won't be hard, I don't think. It's just that it's going to be time consuming to do it with the unwillingness to charge in that I have. So hopefully you've enjoyed at least getting this far this episode, and I will see you next time, where fingers crossed we make it to the Black Wool, and then that will be us conquering this map, which is amazing. So see you soon. Bye.